Hello, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a graffiti logo in Adobe Illustrator. If you learned something, leave a like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. Let's get started. Okay, in order to get started, we're going to go to our type tool, and we're going to make a word here on our canvas. I'm going to type out the word vibe. I'm going to be using that for our logo today. And I'm going to have the font size set to 200. I'm going to change this to a good script font that would work good for a graffiti logo. Some work better than others. I'm going to be using Streetwear. This is one of my favorite fonts because with this font, as I've explained in my other videos, you can select letters by highlighting them, and different glyphs will show up at the bottom here that you can choose between. I'm going to choose one at the end here that has a really nice underline and will make a really good looking logo for graffiti related stuff. If you need to change your letters as well, you can also go over to your glyph options and you can find versions of all the letters for your fonts. I'll leave a link in the description for Streetwear because that will definitely be good for you. So we're going to take our font here, going to go up to type, create outlines. I'm going to hit Pathfinder and hit unite to get that all the overlapping letters adjusted properly. Now I'm going to go up to Object, Transform, and Shear. And I'm going to set the axis to vertical. I'm going to have my preview on so I can see it. And have your shear angle to -9, so it creates a bit of a slope. Hit OK. Okay, now what we want to do is have 3 different layers set up at the bottom right here. I'm going to have 3, and I'm going to move this up to our layer 3 here by doing Control X to cut it and then paste it onto this top layer, because we want to have a different set of layers going on here so we don't get confused. This is going to be our main text logo, and this will be changed to, let's just change it to blue for right now so we can have some color difference for what we're about to do. Okay, I'm going to have that on top, and I'm going to copy it by hitting Control C, go down to our first layer down here, and hit Control Shift V to paste it in place. I'm going to set the color of it to black, and it's below it so we can't see it unless we move our top one here. See, our black one's below it because our layer's below it here in our selection. Okay, and with our top layer being blue and our bottom layer being black, we're going to set our stroke on our bottom layer that's black to a very high stroke. I'm going to probably set up to around 80. That will be good. When you set your stroke up very high, you'll get some glitches with it, so you might want to be careful when doing that. I'm going to bring it back down a bit, actually. It doesn't need to be that big. Yeah, I'll set to around 50. The size will differ depending on how big your letters are for your object. 50 seems pretty good. I'm going to go back to our top blue layer here, and I'm going to move it up to the corner so that it has kind of a 3D effect going on here, and so we have a lot of space below it. I'm going to go back to our bottom layer. I'm going to go up to Object. Oh, I'm going to select it first. Go up to Object, Path, Outline Stroke. Then go to your Pathfinder and hit Unite. That will fill in any space that was created before our stroke, create extra room there. I'm going to select it, go to our shape builder, and fill in any little gaps that might be left over from your stroke not filling in everything. Okay, with that, it's looking pretty good. So we're going to go back to our top layer. I'm going to select it. Select our vibe word, hit Control C to copy it, go to our layer 2 now in the middle, and hit Control Shift V to paste it in place again. We're going to now hit the little eye next to our layer 3 at the top so that our layer on top is invisible. I'm going to change the middle vibe that we just pasted, change it to an orange for right now, and see when I get rid of this, it shows the one in the middle that we just pasted because that one was on top. Okay, now I'm going to copy this new orange one we made and paste it while we're still on this layer 2 in the middle. And I'm going to move this second one that we just made like down below it. It's still staying within the dark area here. Let's go to about like right there. Okay, looks good. Now select both by holding shift and clicking on both of the orange vibes that we have. And you're going to go up to Object, Blend, and then Blend Options. And we're going to change these options around here to fit our needs by setting our spacing to specified steps right here in the middle. Make sure our orientation is set to align to page, and set a high number to this. I'm going to set to 150. This will create a number of copies in between the two orange vibes that we just made. Go up to Object, Blend again, and hit Make. And this will create a solid line going in between the two orange vibes we just made. This is going to be our shadow for the vibe that's on top. See, when I put this back on, it created a solid shadow going back into 3D space. We can now change these colors up a bit to be a little bit more suitable. I'm going to change the blue one here to a white. I'm going to change our thing here to blue. And I'm going to keep the background black for right now. Now this looks great. Your logo's pretty much done at this point, but I'm going to make another version of it that does gradients instead. That'll look really nice as well. So on our top layer here, I'm going to select the vibe, set the gradient to black and white, and I'm going to go to our gradient tool and drag it from right to left, and or left to right, depending on what way you want your colors to be. I want the white to be on the left side. Make that go across. I'm going to go to our layer 2, which is in the middle. Select our color here. I'm going to set that to a gradient as well. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to our gradient tool and move it over. And I'm going to do it one more time for our back layer. Set to a gradient, and then drag it across. Make sure it's the way you want it. And now with this, it made a bunch of meshed up colors and we can barely see what's going on. Okay, with your top vibe selected, I'm going to go to my gradient slider and change the white to this yellow and the darker to this orange. Now I'm going to just move down the line with each one as I go backward. I'm going to go to my layer 2 here and select the shadow part going back, change the white to the orange we just used, and then change its dark side to this red. Now on the very back, I'm going to change the white to the red that we just used, and change the dark version of it to purple. Okay, and with that, it will look great in these nice tropical colors and it'll look great for a client. You can try any different color combinations you want and any different word that you want, and it will look great for anything you do. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe, and share it if you learned something. Thank you.